Hey everyone, welcome to All About the Joy. This is Culture and Consequence with Carmen and Andrea.
Good though, so
Right though?
it's all okay if you look good.
Right? It don't matter. Oh my God. Okay, we're recording, blah, blah, blah. All right. So I don't know how to start, but I am in a really bad space. So I want to explain to people something. When you produce a show, even a little YouTube podcasting up and coming show, you actually have to schedule. Can you hear me okay? Yeah.
I can. Yes.
Okay. You actually do have to schedule things to talk about. You know, even if you think reality shows that you watch on TV are reality, they're not. They're unscripted, but there's an idea of what people want, the way you're going to do a shot, whatever. And it's the same thing with all of our shows that we have here at All About the Joy. And what I do is I sent you, I don't know, it was what, mid-afternoon? Here's what I think we should talk about. And see you tomorrow, blah, blah, blah. Here's the itinerary, whatever. And you usually respond and you'll be like, yes or no, or I want to add this or whatever. But we have an idea and, we have it written out. I make my notes, whatever. Okay. Here's the problem. I think it was 2 hours later that I'm like, we can't talk about any of that because there's now 10 other things we need to discuss.
Okay. Yes. But I'm going to throw this out there. I have been super, super slammed with work. So I haven't even looked at the news this morning. I know there was a thing last night. Oh. I don't know anything about it.
Okay.
So I am fresh. I am ready to go. Throw it at me. It's all going to be like candid and on the spot.
Okay. So the first,
okay.
We're going to take a break for a moment because I need you to figure out, is your mic actually on? It's the correct one? Because you actually sounded better in your hotel room.
Well, it's a smaller room.
There you go.
I just need to be closer. I can't be back here, is what you're saying.
Oh, yeah. You probably have to be a little bit closer, or you could move your mic closer to you.
Hey, look at that.
Oh my God, or you could move the mic.
I have the mic condom.
Yeah, okay, you did get it. Good. I'm glad. So that should help. We'll see when the gardener comes. Whatever. I might leave this in because, people like the funny stuff. Anyways, so all right. So forget everything we were going to talk about because it's irrelevant. Okay. And I'll just tell you the thing that, yes, Donald Trump, I don't even want to call him president. That's how upset I am. I am angry, but he did a 20-minute spiel last night that was just off the rails. First of all, he lied in every single, you don't have to watch it. You already know what happened.
I have no plan to, yeah.
Yeah, and no, I'm shooketh that this is where we're at. So he did that last night. This morning, what's that woman's name? Giselle Maxwell, fucking sex trafficking bullshit with Jeffrey, whatever. What's her name?
Ghislaine is how you say it.
Yeah, sex trafficker.
Yes.
She's actually asking for her conviction to be thrown out. Yeah. Okay, cool. All right, cool. Somebody described Trump's delivery of his thing last night of Trump gives crazed Adderall-induced 20-minute speech. And that's exactly what it was.
I'm sure they had to, coke him up, for lack of a better phrase, just to get him to stand there and not fall asleep for 20 minutes,
It was just ridiculous. Gavin Newsom wrote, this could have been an email, which I thought was hilarious. I was like, sure could have.
It could have been your grandpa ranting at the clouds outside and nobody has to see it or hear about it.
And I'm in a bad mood today for so many reasons. Robert F. Kennedy Jr., that fucking other piece of shit, is pulling out gender-affirming care. And if they do that, or they are doing that, if any hospital in the country tries to give any of that, they're taking away funding from all hospitals. Hospitals get about 40% of their funding from the federal government. And I am like, I don't know nothing about gender affirming. I don't know nothing about it, but I sure as hell know Robert F. Kennedy Jr. and Donald Trump don't know jack shit about it. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely not. Yeah. It's It's a genocide of transgender people is what it is.
Absolutely. Here's my thing. The lack of compassion is so profound. Okay, the thing that got me off the rails this morning, because that wasn't enough. Okay, that wasn't enough.
Yeah. The relentless hourly onslaught of bullshit is not enough.
I know, but you know what? I'm just so upset this morning. I don't know why this is the one that's like really made me almost tear up. And I know what?
I said it doesn't even matter. It could be anything because
I know, but I know that you're going to be kind of annoyed with me for saying this, but this is the one that threw me over the ledge this morning. And that's why when you logged on, I was listening to fucking Marvin Gaye or Diana Ross.
Yeah.
I know, I'm trying to like feel better, like, so I can have joy. This motherfucker, that's what I'm calling him. Cause I know I am not going to be able to leave.
I throw that around pretty freely. You really don't. So when you do,
I know.
It's serious.
I'm pissed. I'm so pissed. I'm so pissed at this government, at this man, and at all of the people that are fucking enabling this bullshittery. And I don't give a fuck if you are still supporting him. I don't care. Do all your thumbs down. You're the one listening to my fucking show. I'm so sick of it. You know what I mean? I got a couple of emails and some people were like, we disagree. I don't care. Don't watch a show. There's so many other fucking okay, I shouldn't probably say that. You can watch. You can hate watch if you want.
Hate watch it all you want.
Hate watch all you want. Okay.
You know
that's fine. Hate watch it all you want. Okay. All right. This is what threw me. So Donald Trump has been spending his time at the White House putting those gold leaves everywhere. You know, he's really want that. Yeah. There is all the portraits of the presidents of the United States, all the former presidents in the White House, in the hallway or whatever. He has written on plaques, our tax dollars, Donald Trump has written on plaques under every president, what he believes, because that's what it is, what he believes is their contribution to the United States and what they did as president. Biden doesn't even get a picture at all. Like, and it's like Sleepy Joe or something. It's so fucking, first of all, petty.
Yeah.
It's not his fucking house. Like that, along with the East Wing. What the fuck? And secondly, why is the president, I want people to understand, the president of the United States wasting his motherfucking time on decorating with that god-awful bullshittery and writing fucking bullshit lies about every president before him? What, is there nothing going on in the world? Nothing else that you could be dealing with? Okay.
It's just like a blaring red siren that says, I am insecure. I mean, that's really what it is. Yeah, exactly. Like he has no faith and shouldn't in his own ability to stand out. So he constantly has to tear people down. And this is, you know, he has to walk by it every day. It makes him feel small because he is small. And so he's got to change it to make himself try to feel better. It's, you know, if he wasn't such a raging psychopathic asshole, it would be sad, but it's really just something that, you know, yet another thing for us to be profoundly embarrassed and enraged about.
I think it's it's so petty. It's so beneath the office of the presidency. Like, and I know you have hated, I say this with love, hated Republican presidents, right? I know. I may have disagreed with Republican presidents, but I've been like, you know, this is my country, this is my president. You know, I have always been ultra patriotic, and I am like, you motherfucker, I hate you. It's so petty, Andrea. It's so beneath the office on so many levels.
Well, I mean, yes, it is. I agree with you. And, you know, that's how I felt. I texted you when I was coming home, and we flew right over the White House, not directly over, but close enough that I could see it really, really well. And to see it, I mean, it looks like it has a limb cut off.
Right.
And I was just so sad and angry. Like, how did we let this petty sack of fucking human shit into our home?
Yeah.
The people's house. That's literally what is gone, is where we would enter the people's house when we went through. So we are no longer allowed in there. And if we were, we would get to see the lovely Hall of Presidents with all of his petty, foolish, stuff. But it was just like, I cannot believe, and got, as you said, like, I've never been like, oh, my country.
Never. The fact that you texted me that day was crazy. Right.
It was just, I flew over and was like, I had a pit in my stomach. It's awful. It's awful and horrific. And I will say, just as you said, I don't care if you believe in all the same policies or any, all of the stuff, whatever. I have my feelings about it. At the very foundational level, I know people know what he's doing is wrong.
Yes. I agree 100%.
There's no way
you are choosing.
I have lopped off, a side of the White House. I am, desecrating the achievements of the other presidents. I mean, there's all numerous. We could sit here and only talk about this, all kinds of things that.
Well, the straight up lying.
Straight up lying.
Yeah, the gas, like he said gas was $1.99 somewhere. And I'm like, why is he and nobody stops him.
Yeah.
And that Caroline, what's her name? That Carolyn douchebag. What's her name? Yeah, I'm on fire today.
I took a picture of the gas prices where I was last week and was like, why?
But wait, that Caroline, what's her name? I think douchebag is right. The press secretary, the 28-year-old who looks like she's 47.
Did you see the pictures? But I can't think of anything else.
Okay, yes, let's talk about her and her filler. Okay, this comes from the Vanity Fair article, right? The Vanity Fair article. That's what you're talking about, right? That they have been interviewing. What's her name? I don't even know her name. Susie Wiles. Susie Wiles.
Chief of staff, is that correct?
Yeah, which I would have never known. But I guess the Nazi guy, seriously, don't watch this
one, girl. Which one? You need to be more.
Stephen Miller, the straight up Nazi guy. Stephen Miller is the deputy chief of staff, acting as president. Okay. I guess he's the deputy. I don't know.
What else?
I don't. They're just all cruel people that are all incompetent. That's what I'm going to say. But she's been around forever, since the Reagan years. So,
the what's her name?
Susie Wiles.
Yeah. She's old school.
Yeah. So she did an interview for Vanity Fair, and they, I guess, showed part one. Whatever. Here's the thing, though. I think I am not a conspiracy theorist at all, but the fact that the White House is standing behind some of the shit that she said, and after talking to Billy, my brother from another brother, I realize now, like, I think this is kind of all planned out. Like, I don't think it's as much of a, like, they're saying it's a hit piece and what she said, but none of them are upset with what she said about them. They're not upset about it. So anyways, but the pictures.
She probably, honestly, has more power than a lot of them. I bet she's a huge power broker.
But the shit that she said about them was, you know what I'm saying? Like, it was pretty impressive. But anyways, I'll send you why I've changed my mind about why I don't think, I don't know. You know what? I'm not a big conspiracy theory thing, but I don't trust nothing with this White House. I cannot give them the benefit of the doubt, but let's get to the pictures.
Yeah. So all of the photos, I thought, because I kind of looked through them yesterday.
They're beautiful.
Well, okay, I saw hers first, Carolyn's, and it was literally like a spit take. I was like,
Carolyn Levitt, right.
And then I'm just going to say it. I did zoom in to look at some things because how I am about makeup, right? Like, I'm always going to be like, what's going on with the makeup? This woman is like 28 or something.
Yeah, she looks 30.
Horrible. First of all, I'm not even down here yet. Okay. Like, she's having professional photos done. And there was some kind of like, I don't even know what was happening over here underneath her eye. There was like caked in makeup. Like they didn't like clean up her eye. I was like, okay, somebody, probably a lot of people, do not like this woman. Right. And just like, she just looked like she never had a glass of water. And like, it was so like caked on and everything. And then you move down to the lips. And it was disturbing. It was like I was actually feeling like this hurts just looking at it. Like I've never had any lip stuff done. I don't know what it, but like I'm pretty sure it's not supposed to look that way. I mean, it looked like she just had it done 10 minutes ago. Like it was all like swollen. You had all the dots and everything. And so again, multiple people don't like this woman to let her go out and do that. But the photographer was like,
Christopher Anderson,
let me capture the reality of who you are, which is totally fake, totally addled with your hate and your evilness. And it just emanates off of you, just like the rest of those pictures. You look at those people's faces. It's like a, you know, a lineup of villains. Just look in their eyes. They look like dead inside. Their faces just look twisted and fucked up. Like, and right. I loved it. I was like, okay, this man knows what he is doing. He knows what he. Well, that's his article. I didn't read.
That's his style of photography. I mean, that's kind of what he does. He does these close-up pictures. He's done them of George Clooney, of Mikhail Baryshnikov. He's done them of so many people, and they capture the essence of who you are, and they are always really close up. So if you ugly on the inside, that's what's going to come out. Yeah. But I mean, he you know, he doesn't just take one picture. So I just want to be clear as well. That was a choice.
That was the one that was chosen.
That was the one that was chosen. And I'm like,
for reasons.
Yeah. Here's the thing. I've never had lip filler. I was just cracking up because I don't need lip filler. Most people do not, but people like to have fat lips or whatever. I find it interesting that it didn't dawn on her. Like you said, the makeup, like in my head, first of all, I didn't know that's how they did it for some reason. Like, cause now I know they do it like this, right? Cause now we all know.
I thought they injected it like into.
I thought they did it. That's what I thought they did too. So I learned something, but you think she would have done like, don't they have pencil liner or something to hide that?
I'm like I said, like it looked like she literally like walked from the chair where she had it done into like there were like the pinpricks, like blood spots.
It was so gross. It was so gross.
Nasty.
Yeah, and her makeup,
looking at it,
and her makeup, and her face, and I just saw like it's so sad because I would have said she's like 40 something, late 40. She looks horrible. But that is what emanates when she's at the podium. Just a lot of negative, nasty anger. Like you can look at other press secretaries, whether you like them or not, but there is an essence of I'm here. I'm honored to be here and I'm giving information, even if I have to be mean. She just seems angry and she seems like always trying to defend the indefensible. Like it's just, it rots at you.
Nasty.
She's a nasty, ugly person.
And like a profound liar.
I mean, exquisite, profound liar. Yeah. But they all have been who work for him.
Yeah. Yeah.
Remember that first one about the crowds? That guy, I don't even remember his dumbass name. Remember he was like, Donald Trump has the largest inauguration crowd. And we were all like, what is wrong with you?
Show. It's like a clown car. They just pile out. And like, oh yeah, that crazy mofo.
Remember he was the first one. And I'll never forget. I was like, what is the
Sean Spicer, right? Wasn't that his name?
Yes. Sean.
And then Huckabee. Oh my God.
Oh my God. Yeah. But she's like I don't want to talk about that douchebag either. Yeah. I'm hating these people today. Yeah. Yeah. What about the other pictures? Did you see some of the other ones?
I did see the other pictures. There was a handful of group photos, and then there was like.
They knew they were going to be doing it that day. That's the weird thing. Yeah, it was weird.
There's the one of JD Vance that like I was looking at them online, and some of the comments were like, I like how the photographer has just a hint of the chair. you know, and he's got his hands like right here, and his eyeshadow looks all weird and creepy. Oh,
I don't know.
yeah.
These are not beloved people.
These are not beloved people. These are not serious people. These are not
smart
again,
people.
like you said, I have and continue to hate several Republican presidents, but it's so debased. Like, they're just not people who should be running like a Waffle House, much less our country.
I mean, I think that's the thing about you and me that is very different now. And I can sense it from you I know you're going to hate what I'm going to say, but even if you hated Republican, like, I mean, I think for me and you, it's more about George W. Bush. That was the Republican president that we both were
Reagan.
friends. Yeah, but I didn't know you during Reagan.
Oh yeah.
I didn't know you.
Reagan was that old who I hated.
What?
And Reagan was my first who I hated.
Yeah, no, but I'm just saying, like, I just remember George W. Bush and our conversations during that time period and stuff. And even though you hated and it was anger and whatever, I don't think you ever. I don't know. You're gonna. I don't know. You have to cut this part out. I don't think you ever like. He was the president of the United States, and even if you didn't respect him, I think you thought that he was at least being president of the United States, even if you didn't think he was competent. Like, you were like, okay, he's president, but I disagree with him on every fucking thing, and I'm going to challenge him on everything. But you weren't like, he's defacing the office of the presidency. Do you know what I mean? And I think you gave him his flowers once in a while. You know,
well, I wouldn't say that, but
I know. But
here's what I will say. Like, and it's truly difficult for me to say. I believe that these people in the past had a respect for the country and for the office.
Dick Cheney is who.
I mean, I almost feel like throwing up saying it, but like, yes, he respected the office. He respected the institution of the executive and the others and the Congress and the Supreme Court. Like, they respected it and their methods and what they did, whatever, but there was a level of respect for sort of who we
checks and balances
to be.
Checks and balances. Like, they actually respected what the Supreme Court would say, or they would respect what Congress would say, and they would, like,
a loss was a loss, right? Like, okay, we didn't win this one,
right?
We'll live to fight another day,
right.
It wasn't.
But this is different. This is very different. The incompetence is profound.
It's just like a group of like completely spoiled, entitled kids who've never been told no, and like they're running rampant, through the destruction of our country.
Yeah, I really want to say something else though too about Robert F. Kennedy Jr. I don't know anything about gender affirming care. I do want to go back to this. I don't have children. I can only imagine what it's like for a parent and a child to have to come to certain decisions as things are moving through in whatever that conversation is, whatever that pain, sorrow, joy, whatever it is. But the idea that this idiot, Robert F. Kennedy Jr., is making these decisions that are going to affect so many people.
Negatively affect. I mean, it's negative. Actively doing harm to people. Almost every single policy that man has is like, I am actively trying to harm people.
Why are people so obsessed with transgender people? I guess that's my question. What is the obsession with LGBTQ? Like, why does that scare the Christian right so much? Andrea, as I ask you, being the scholar of all
the Christian right and their belief system. I mean,
I don't know what it is.
I think it's, I'm sure there's a lot of things, but it's partially that they're an easy target. Right, they're vulnerable, very vulnerable, and they do need support in order to get the care that they need and to be protected. Like, to not put trans women in like male prisons populate. You mean like it's those kinds of things. Like they need protection and they need support. And it's very easy, I think, for some people to be like, yeah, no, we're not gonna do that. We don't believe in that. So you have to believe what we believe.
Right. I guess my thing is I always try to understand the other people's point of view. And in this case, I think most people are in this administration are just incompetent. I just don't have another way to say it. So I don't trust you. Yeah. They're what?
Cruel.
Yeah. Well, the cruelty is the point, but I'm just saying, like, even if I would try to understand, because I know there are a lot of people who have issues regarding anything that isn't like them, but the easiest way to say it.
Yeah.
But I'm just trying to understand, like, it's this weird thing that I have, which is called, I don't have to understand it, but I can have compassion for the possibility that I don't understand it enough and I'm not in it and it's none of my business, but that other people who are smart, like Dr. Vin Gupta, who is an incredible, incredible doctor who is speaking this morning on this subject. And I was like, why would I question him? Why would I question somebody who has school and years of education on this subject? And by the way, do people actually believe that transgender and LGBTQ, I'm putting these two together, not because they're similar, but do you think this is a new thing? They've been around since the beginning of time.
Yeah.
That's what people don't understand.
They're never going to eradicate it. They're just going to make it really, really dangerous for people.
But why would you want to eradicate it to begin with? Like,
well, that's question number one. I mean, like you said, like same with like, there's a lot of things that honestly aren't my business. It's not my business. I don't even know about it. I don't even really have to have much of an opinion about it. If it helps somebody and it helps them to live a better, happier, more fruitful, more productive, more joyful life, okay, fine.
Right. Yeah. And please show me in the Bible where it says transgender folk do not deserve love, kindness. You know what I mean? Like, that's the other part of it too. Like, show me, because you believe in the Bible so much. I don't, but you show me where it says that exactly. It does not. And it's that weird thing where it's like, I don't have to understand everything on the planet. I can actually trust that my fellow human beings are doing their best, their due diligence to be kind and helpful to other people. And that's the part I don't understand. If you believe in the Bible and you believe in Jesus and you believe in his teachings, why are you so crass and angry and pissed off at things you don't fucking understand? And by the way, the population of transgender people that we are talking about is minuscule.
Yeah.
Most of you will never
small.
meet someone. Huh?
All of the, hand wringing and all of that about like transgender athletes. I mean, it's literally, it doesn't even, you will never.
I think it's like 4 people, right? Isn't it 4 in the Olympic or something? Really? I don't know. It's a small amount. Yeah. I don't know. I did not mean for this to be a transgender conversation, but I'm glad we're having it.
Look, it's about people who are vulnerable, and it's them today. Mm-hmm. And it will be, and others, right? It will be other people tomorrow. The whole point is that who is harmed by these policies and
Andrea, it's the money. It's the money. That money is going to the wrong people, and they're taking away my tax dollars and giving it to people who are choosing. Can you imagine choosing? Okay, all right, we're going to have this conversation. I'm sorry. Can you imagine choosing to not want to be a woman? Like, right. I want people to just think about that. Could you actually choose not to be the person you were born to be?
Right. Like they just, read a book or saw a movie and were like, oh, I want to try that.
Oh my God, I want to be that. Or I was thinking about this the other day. I was actually talking to Billy. We were having this conversation and I started thinking about, I grew up, well, actually the 70s and the 80s. So I grew up around gay people my entire life. I had no idea that there was anything wrong or bad. I wasn't thinking about sex. I wasn't even thinking about it. So it wasn't even an issue. And then the AIDS crisis happened. And I didn't understand why everybody was hating on people who loved each other. Like, I was so confused. I'm not trying to be like I was so with it or whatever. I really had no idea what the big drama was. And then people were dying. I remember being so heartbroken because people died. People I knew died, okay?
Yeah.
And they had the AIDS quilt or whatever. And the hatred, the amount of hatred towards people who loved each other was so foreign to me. And I'm kind of glad. I'm kind of glad I grew up that way. I'm glad because I didn't see it as an issue because I was taught to love my neighbor as myself, to treat people as I wanted to be treated, right? I grew up Catholic or whatever, but it's also just fucking good moral compass.
Right.
And I'm floored by the amount of people that have so much hate in their heart. And it's really none of their business. And I remember the turning point where people started understanding that AIDS wasn't about being gay. It was when Magic Johnson, God bless him. I don't care what anyone thinks about Magic Johnson. That motherfucker did something back then that he didn't have to do, and he changed the trajectory of how people thought about AIDS. Do you remember that? Like, it was amazing. And I think for me, I feel bad for people who have so much hate in their heart for shit they know nothing about.
I believe that but they're just unhappy with their own lives, right? These are just sad, miserable, unhappy people who don't have the tools or the resources or the whatever to deal with what's happening internally. So they just spew it all out at other people.
So you blame, I mean, that kind of explains a lot of Trump supporters too. Like, it's so much easier to blame Black and brown people or whoever, Asian people, whatever, than it is to take responsibility, pull yourself up by your bootstraps, take responsibility for your own plot in life instead of blaming every other person for quote unquote stealing your job. I mean, it's the same kind of thing.
Yeah. I mean, there's just a real inability to look within and ask, what's my role here? What's my responsibility here? What do I have to learn? How can I personally be better? Just as a person, not necessarily.
And how can I help my neighbor? How can I help my neighbor?
How can I help somebody else? Can I see that someone is struggling, suffering, whatever? And that's truly, I mean, that's what actually makes people happy. Right? That's what brings people joy. Think about it, right? All of the times when you've actually helped someone, it almost feels like it's selfish sometimes. Helping other people, being of service to other people, I think studies have actually shown that's how you get true happiness and true joy. So the more that people are hating and pushing their hate on other people and making their lives worse, it builds within them, right? It's like this self-fulfilling cycle of like, I'm just going to hate and I'm not going to help. And so you just get worse and worse and worse, I think.
No, I think you're actually right. I think that's the thing that people don't understand is that when you give, you get so much more. This is why I hate nonprofits. I really do. I know. So all over the place.
Oh, sing it, girl. Let's hear it.
Right? Let me just tell you why. Because
this is where the real dirty is.
I work for a lot of big. What?
So this is where the real dirty is.
I know, because I've worked for a lot of nonprofits. One in particular, which you worked at too, basically, but it was a family foundation. Lots of money, but they would only give money to other nonprofits because when you give money to other nonprofits, you get a tax write-off. And it's my biggest pet peeve with fucking wealthy people. You know what? Don't give money just to get a tax write-off. Give money because you have it and you get the actual feeling of helping somebody who actually needs the help. Nothing against nonprofits that are set up to help others. I get it. That's not my point. My point is when you have an abundance of whatever it is, love, kindness, money, when you have an abundance of that, you can choose to give that freely without any fucking conditions and without the expectation of getting anything in return. And what you don't understand and what Andrea is talking about is you get so much more when you give that way. It's true.
It's life altering. And it's there's almost no other feeling in the world like it.
There isn't. And that's why, like, especially when I was working at my other job and I was making so much money, to this day, one of the regrets I have is that I, bought a condo because certain people, not Andrea, but you remember.
I do.
Arlene, people back then, I ain't saying no names, but back then, people, back then before the housing crisis and the economy crash, everybody was like, if you had any amount of money at all, everybody was telling you to buy a house. Nobody says that shit today.
No.
Nobody tells you that today.
But it was like, if you got 25 cents in the bank, you need to go get yourself a house.
Oh, yeah. I mean, and so I remember because Arlene would be like, Carmen, stop giving away your money. You're not getting a tax write-off. And then I had a business manager at the time, and he was like, yeah, you have to be able to put this in this or do this or buy.
I remember it was very much like, you have to. And I remember you even telling me, I have to buy this condo.
I have to buy this condo. Yeah. And it's one of the biggest regrets of my life, because the thing I enjoyed doing, and Andrea, I think you were there for some of it, I enjoyed giving money away.
Yeah.
And I just would give it away. And I mean, I wish I had the money now to give away, really, to a lot of people. I wish I did. I mean, for myself, just say it like I would just give it to me. But the amount of
you had enough, right? I mean, this is one of our running themes, right?
I know.
Do you understand what's enough for you? You understood what was enough for you, and honestly, it wasn't that much.
No,
so
it wasn't.
Above that.
No. I was making, I don't mind. I share this all the time. I don't mind. I was making with everything. I was making like $250,000 a year. And back then that wasn't that much at all. I mean, it's really not that much at all now. Now that's nothing. I mean, it is something, but I'm just saying, because the economy's changed, but I don't mind sharing that. I mean, I was like, for me, that was being a millionaire back then.
Because you had everything you needed. If you wanted to go out to dinner, if you wanted to buy some nice shoes, if you wanted to take a trip, you could do all of those things. Yeah. What more do you need?
I didn't need anything else. And then I fucking put like 400 grand into a fucking condo. And then no, I'm just kidding. Don't get me started again. We just got me into a place of joy. Yeah. I know. No, but it was
you brought it up.
What?
I said, you brought it up, not me.
I know. No, I'm just saying, like, I'm actually laughing now, because I think that's probably what people are missing. And I think you made a really great point. If you are continuously in that space of negativity and just constantly trying to blame other people for the thing that you're in, maybe what you need to do is stop thinking about yourself and go help somebody else. I wasn't going to bring this up, but so yesterday I was walking down to pick up a prescription or whatever I was doing. And this older man, older, like late 70s, 80s. I better stop saying that, because I'm going to get there so oh my God, I'm getting closer. I don't know. But he was walking my way, and I had my headset on, and I thought he had to ask me a question. And I was like, oh, what do you need? And he pulled out, I shit you not, this really happened yesterday. He pulled out this rose. It was like in his pocket, this little, okay. And I've put it in this water, and now it's like, it's blooming. It's so pretty, right? Okay. And he didn't speak English. Like, I don't know what his language was or whatever, but, and I was like, oh, thank you so much. And then he went to give me a hug, and he kissed me on the cheek, which I have to say freaked me out a little bit, but I didn't retract. I let him, and then and that was it. And it was so free. And I carried this thing with me to get the prescription. And I started thinking about, like, first of all, I'm sure he's very lonely or whatever. I'm sure it was a kindness, but I'm sure nobody's talking to him. I don't know. Like, there's a nursing home around you. I don't know what the answer is. But how weird is it that we don't say good morning to people? We don't. And now this rose has made me so happy. I thought it was dead, and then I put it in this little water. But it's that act of kindness. That, I know you think I'm full of shit. I swear.
Not at all. It's lovely.
It totally happened. And I'm like, but you know what? We don't know our neighbors. We don't give a smile. We don't give without getting something, tax write-off shit. I love that Amazon woman that she divorced that motherfucker. What's his name?
Oh,
fuck him, but her.
Mackenzie.
Mackenzie. I love it. Every 5 minutes, she gave $5 billion to this place, $6 million to this place. I'm like, I need her to just give money to people and stop giving it to so many organizations that are nonprofits. And I don't want to hear about it.
Yeah.
But if you want my address, it's P.O. Box.
Some student loans and some healthcare debt.
If you could just send it our way, you could contact me all about the joy. Right? Like, no, she's doing great stuff, but it's kind of that thing too. Like and maybe she is giving, I don't know. But she's never not going to be a billionaire because of all her investment.
Yeah. Well, like, and maybe she's trying, right? Like, I don't know if she's really trying to not have any money, but like, she's certainly giving it away as best she can in a way that none of those other bros are.
Yeah. She doesn't. So I was reading an article about her because she keeps giving a lot of money away, but because of her other investments, she's making that money back.
Right.
So
there's a certain point where you have so much, you literally almost can't give it away.
And I don't think people know what $1 billion is.
No.
I don't think people understand the gravity of $1 billion. If you take a handful of sugar, if you get a handful of sugar like this and drop it on a plate, and that's $1 billion, one granular of that is $1 million. That's how, but it's true.
Yeah. Yeah.
One little granular of that pile is $1 million.
Yeah. You can look it up. There's all kinds of things where it's like, $1 million is, 33 years or whatever it might be. I'm probably wrong, but $1 billion is like, 150 years, or you know what I mean? It's like it's a number that you can't wrap your head around, and you certainly don't ever truly need to have in your life. You couldn't spend it all if you tried.
Yeah. Well, because at that point that's no longer about money, that's about power. And so I always like to use Michael Jackson as an example. And I do love Michael Jackson's music. That's not the argument we're going to have or whatever. But there is this idea that at some point he had so much money, and I don't think he was a billionaire. He might be now after he's dead, because he keeps making money. But he had so much money, he didn't know what to do with it.
Yeah, absolutely. There's no way that you can even know how to spend it. I mean, that's why these guys are buying rockets and, what I don't need. Well, yes, that too. Doing what did Mark Zuckerberg spend all the money on, like the virtual reality glasses that nobody wants, and now it's wasted money. You know what I mean? They literally don't know. They're like little kids who are like, "Hey, let me build a rocket. Let me go to Mars."
Mm-hmm.
They're idiots.
And look at this goes for all of them. Mark Cuban, all the billionaires I do love. Mark Cuban, Oprah Winfrey, Warren Buffett. There's a lot of billionaires now. And it's really, before there was like 1 or 2, and now there's like 47 or something. It's a ridiculous thing. And what's happening is, here's my theory. I don't care what you can make as much motherfucking money as you want, but we cannot have homelessness. We cannot be having people who are hungry, children who don't get lunch. Like, I don't want to have that kind of money and know that people are still on the street. Like, to me, it makes no sense.
Well, yeah, I was going to say there's so many billionaires now because they have taken all of our money.
Yes.
Like, that is money that should rightfully be going back into the country, society. We should have fully funded healthcare. We should have fully funded education. Nobody should be homeless. Everyone should have clean drinking water.
Andrea, that's socialism. It's not. No, you know what? That's actually not socialism. That's being a good, decent human being.
That's having a functioning society is what it is.
Yes. Yes. And here's the thing. If they were like, and we can get into this whole tax thing, but if people were being taxed the same and corporations weren't able to find a loophole so that they don't have to pay taxes and they don't have to pay people decent wages, that's where the inequality comes. Because if they were paying all their correct taxes, then we would have all of this money. Taxes go to the government so that the government can then, pave your roads, pay for your police officers. And we're just saying, pay for healthcare, education, hospitals, like that, finding cures for shit like cancer and whatever, and warm brain diseases, whatever the fuck this man has. I'm kidding. I don't even know what the fuck that story's about. But I was like, whatever. Yeah. It's distressing. It's distressing.
It's distressing.
All right, let's get back to a really good topic, though.
Okay.
Well, first, let's talk about Rob Reiner. I didn't know if you had. Look, I ain't gonna bring up that motherfucker what he said because I'm just gonna get upset. So let's just leave that alone.
No.
But Rob Reiner and his wife Michelle were brutally murdered this past weekend. It was heartbreaking. I know everyone has heard about it. But he was so beloved. But I really do think he is one of these people that we did not realize. We did know he was a great director, but it's almost like now that you see his catalog, you're like, oh. So I didn't know if you had a favorite Rob Reiner movie.
I do. I've seen a lot from that. I've seen that whole sort of like 80s, early 90s catalog. Surprisingly for you, I bet.
I just asked the question and I wrote some of the movies down just to see. I don't know.
And I think they're all great, right? I mean, Misery is one that really stands out to me. I remember seeing that in the theater and was like, it
Kathy
was
Bates.
so intense. But Kathy Bates, amazing, right? And one of the things about Rob Reiner that as I was kind of thinking through the catalog was that he got great performances out of people. Like when you look at these films, it's like great performance after great performance after great performance, which it's not my world. You know more about that. I would imagine that says a lot about who he is as a person and a director, right?
Also, just before you go on to the next part of this, it's because he's also, I think, he's an actor. So he knows how to talk to an actor. And that's what I also think is the part of it. Because remember, he was in All in the Family. Yeah. So, that's why I think he was great at getting great performances. But go ahead, I'm sorry.
A couple of the standouts for me, Spinal Tap. Just because a couple of reasons. Number one, I grew up around musicians for a big part of my life. I've seen that movie. I truly don't even know how many times.
Yeah.
I still quote from it on a regular basis. I love the whole mockumentary like style of things. I love a lot of those movies that came after from some of those guys who were in Spinal Tap. Like it's a personal like comfort movie. But I got like, if I really think about my favorite, it's got to be When Harry Met Sally. It's just like such a classic. Another one that I quote regularly. I think, Carrie Fisher was amazing in that movie. It's one of those like, it'll come on maybe if you're like flipping through channels. I go through the channels a lot when I'm traveling and I'm like, When Harry Met Sally, I just love it. It's just, again, it's a lot of, there were some of them like Misery and maybe Stand By Me that aren't really comforting necessarily, but those are a couple that just make me feel like, it's nice. I want to watch this again.
I have to give a shout out to The Princess Bride, right? I mean, you have to. It's kind of, for me, that one and Spinal Tap are kind of like, it's just classics. And if you've never seen them, you cannot be in my world. Like you cannot talk to me about anything regarding Hollywood, films, whatever. Like it's just, there are some basic things that you need to have watched, You get a pass because you haven't seen E.T. or Field of Dreams, but that's okay. I love you anyways. So we'll just move on. Okay. We're going to get back to Hallmark just for a moment, just to see how you're doing. Any new films?
I just saw the Henry Fonda one like 2 days ago. I was going to text you, but I was like, okay, she doesn't need me to text her every time.
It's so cool. I'm so happy. Oh, that's so great. That's hilarious. Yeah.
There's one that I've been watching regularly. It's one of the Netflix ones, and it's set in Chicago, which is my they're
mostly all set in Chicago.
Well,
pretending to be New York. Yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I mean, but it's not like small town, right?
Right.
And I just love Chicago, and I love the clothes that she's wearing throughout the movie. And so I just, I tend
What's
to watch
it about?
Huh?
What's it about?
It's called No Sleep Till Christmas. It's goofy. And she's engaged to this guy, and she's having trouble sleeping as it gets closer to her wedding. And things happen. She ends up falling asleep in her car with this other random guy. And it turns out they both, and he also has trouble sleeping. They can only sleep when they're together, but they don't like each other. They're clashing, very different worlds.
Oh, and they see each other at the fountain or something?
No.
In their dreams, do they see each other?
No.
Sorry, wrong one.
They have set up like, okay, we're just going to meet and truly sleep, like fall asleep together. you know, so they do this over a period of time, and you know, you can imagine where that all goes. So
Okay, I don't know this one. There is one that's similar because they're all kind of the same. Like they steal from each other, where two people are sleeping. They don't know each other. They don't sleep in the car together. I don't remember that part. But then they meet in each other's dreams.
oh no, I don't know.
Yeah,
that
it's
one.
very interesting. And then, and I forget how they, and then they end up meeting in person. So they keep trying to fall asleep because they know that's the one. I forget what that one is too. Yeah, it's
Interesting. So they're
yeah,
like trying to get back to their dreams.
trying to get back to their dreams, but then they do eventually, like the ending is that they meet in person at a fountain, which for some reason in the dream, the fountain is the thing. Maybe they flipped the coin in and made a wish. You know, that's one of the tropes too.
Yeah.
Like they flipped the coin in at the same time at opposite ends or whatever, and then somehow like
Met in the middle.
look at the thing is those are all different tropes. That could be 17 different movies, but it's like all the same thing.
So here's the thing that happened to me regarding Hallmark. So I put on Hallmark. This is a couple of nights ago, and I had a lot of work to do. So I'm like, I'm just gonna put it on the background. It'll probably be something I've already seen, you know, whatever.
Right.
And I'm kind of like half paying attention, but not really. And I see one of the Hallmark ladies that I've seen in another show, and it's like a period piece, right? She's dressed up. She's like by a train, and there's this guy, and I'm like, wow, they were really digging through the bottom of the barrel for this guy. Like he just like so
Like,
wooden and like terrible, and the way, you know, his you know, whatever, and I, you know, so I'm like dipping in, dipping out, and then I realize like, oh, like they're making a movie, right? They're shooting it. I'm like, so it's like a Christmas movie within a Christmas movie, right? Like they're shooting this because there's the director, and he's like, okay, now we want you to do blah blah blah, and the guy's like, oh, it's just really hard. I'm like staring into her blue eyes and da da da, and I'm like, oh, okay, you know, I know where this is going, but I dip back out and do my work, and then I dip back in. It's a reality show. They're trying to find like the next
oh yeah,
Hallmark hunk.
Mr. Hallmark, Mr. Christmas or something.
Like, no,
Yeah, they're calling him Mr. Christmas.
I don't want to see how the Hallmark sausage is made. You know, I don't want to see any of
that is so funny. Well, why were you watching? Oh, you thought it was a movie.
I thought it was a movie because I wasn't really paying attention. And I saw my girl who I like knew, and I was like, oh, her, okay, yeah, she did that one.
Oh, because they're having, you know what's so funny? I haven't seen it, but I don't do unscripted shows. I don't
same.
reality shows.
Same. I didn't know.
This is new. This is a new thing they're trying this year.
So
And I don't, I think it's cheesy.
First of all, don't do this to us, the viewers, but also don't do this to these guys who were just terrible. Like, don't put them on the screen like that. That's not.
They're trying new things. I think I've told you a million times, they lost a lot of their Hallmark stars, and like they had two shows, like they had a daytime show, and they lost, I think, two of the actors from that show to the Great American Channel. So so that's like it was kind of like a daytime talk show, so they don't have that anymore. And then they had another show that was like, I think, a cooking show or something.
Okay.
So they're trying all these new things. They also have new series out. I've never seen, like, it was usually just movies, but now they have like shows that actually have like 6 episodes or something. I don't remember that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So they're doing that.
One of those Christmas ones that I don't like it. I just want the movie. I just want the Christmas movies. That's all I want from you.
Yeah. I didn't even think that you would fall for that, but yeah, that's. I mean, I don't mean it fall for that way. You weren't paying attention, so it was in the background. That's why.
Like, God, this is so bad. And then when they would cut, and it would be, and I was like, maybe it's supposed to be bad, right? But then I was like, well, God, this guy who's playing the director is also really bad.
Oh my God, you're so mean. That's horrible of you, but okay.
Sorry, not sorry.
No.
Don't,
That's so
like,
funny.
as I said, don't do this to us. We don't want this.
Did they already pick the Mr. Christmas?
I have no idea, because I turned it off immediately and probably put on No Sleep Till Christmas.
Got it. Okay. All right. Well, on that note, you know what we didn't do? I forgot. We have to always, this is always the joy. Got to always throw that out there just to get a
I was
little
looking
love.
forward to this as I was watching the movie earlier this week.
I know you still haven't seen any with him in it, though.
Well, just the one.
Just the one. I don't know. They don't. I think we missed him, but I don't know. Well, I'll double check the listings and let you know if you should record something.
All
but
right.
yeah, he is my fave. And wait, you did see what's his name, Kevin McGarry, in one of them, didn't you? He was on there a couple times.
In one of them, I just know who he is from other things.
Oh yeah, he's
he was in that like Canadian horse show.
Canadian horse show. When Calls the Heart? Is that what you're talking about?
Heartland. No, is it?
Oh yeah, he was on Heartland too.
Yeah, Heartland. It is Heartland. My daughter was into that.
But he's on their longtime series that's been on for a long time called When Calls the Heart. He's the lead actor in that.
Okay, well I won't be watching that because it's not.
And then the guy with no chin that you were talking about used to be the. By the way, I never noticed that. Now that's all I can see. That's Daniel Lessing.
He was in the movie that was on last night when I put it on, and I was like, nope.
You don't understand. Okay, so here's the thing. People who watch When Calls the Heart are called Hardies. Oh, so they will be very angry with you if you don't like Daniel Lessing.
Oh, we're going to name him.
Well, why not? We gotta
want to name and shame.
Listen. I just sat here and screamed and yelled about Donald Trump. We can name Daniel Lessing as someone you're not that a fan of. Are you planning on meeting him?
It bothers me. It's fine.
Okay, you don't want me? I can tell.
No, it's fine. It's okay.
It's just funny. Listen, I talk about the men I love. I'm not cruel like you. I don't judge people the way you do.
It's true. I got nothing. You're right.
No, listen. I see the no chin thing.
Yeah. I'm sure he's a lovely person. And I am sorry that I'm a hateful, judgmental bitch.
No. Send all of your hate to Andrea at allaboutthejoy.com. Do you have that email? We don't have an email. All your hate mail to her. All right, everyone. Thank you so much, Andrea, as always. Remember, at the end of the day, it really is all about the joy, and we'll see you next time. Bye, everyone. Bye. This is so wrong. Thanks for stopping by All About the Joy. Be better and stay beautiful, folks. Have a sweet day.